Hello everyone, welcome to CSE Core Concepts in my series of machine learning algorithms with implementation in RStudio. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate the hierarchical clustering approach. In my earlier video, I did demonstrate it, but the type of hierarchical clustering which I have demonstrated is the agglomerative clustering. Here we are going to perform the reverse of it, that is the divisive clustering. This is going to be a very short video. As we do not have various aspects, you are very much aware about the divisive clustering approach that what is to be done. So I have already taught you the theoretical part of the divisive clustering. So divisive clustering is basically a top-down approach where you consider all the elements as one cluster and you slowly go on breaking them into separate clusters. So let us use, let me demonstrate you. It is going to be very simple and short. The data set which I am going to use here is the IRIS data set, which is already embedded in your RStudio package. So let us first include some of the library files. So of course we require the datasets library file because we want to use the IRIS package. Then the cluster library file because we want to use the divisive clustering function, that is the Diana. We can use some facto extra package if we require, and we may go for a library path. Okay, so these are the library packages which are we are going to check. Fine. Now let me first create a data frame. Let's say divisive clustering data frame is equals to, I require the IRIS package. Now IRIS, if you remember, I have spoke to you that IRIS has, this data set has five components, that is the sepal length, sepal width, petal length and petal width, and last column is the classification. But we do not require the last column here. We require only the first four. Okay, because anyway we are going to cluster. This is not a classification problem where I want the classes. So I want to include all the rows, and the columns which I want to include is only 1 to 4. Okay, so this comma represents that all the rows have to be included. So let us create this data frame so you can have a look at this data frame, that there are 150 observations and only the 4 features have been selected, right? So now we may have some missing values. In case we have some missing values in our data set, so it is a good practice that we can omit those rows. Okay, so we can remove the missing values, that is the NA. So NA dot omit from the data frame, we can remove this, right? Okay, so we can do it in case if there were are, and we need to scale. Okay, so we can now perform a normalization of all the variables in a proper manner. So just a minute. So before scaling, you can do, you can see these are the values 5.1, 1.4, 0.2. So here the petal width values are from 0.2, 0.4 and so on, whereas the sepal length values are in different way. So if you wish to perform a scaling, you can of course perform a scaling of all the values of the features, right? So now if you want to see the values, so you can see they have been normalized to a proper range. Understood? So this will help you for performing the clustering. So let us say, let us call the divisive clustering let me say, and the function is Diana clustering, and I will pass my data set, so it will automatically perform the clustering. So you can see here. So if you want, if you wish to see the divisive clustering, what we created, so you can see here that these are the clusters which are being formed. Okay, so it is a huge data set. So there are 2 clusters which are being formed, and these are the values, right? So let us, we can even plot it. So let's see, sorry, division clustering. You can see. Okay, so this is the value. Okay, so if you have not seen my video on the theory, please go through it. So this is the value. So this will tell you the DC value will tell you the divisive coefficient, that is that how well the clusters are being formed. Okay, divisive value. We can even plot. Okay, so we can even plot, let's say PL tree. We can see divisive cluster, comma, we can have the values, we can give the parameters, and main is what do we want, a dendrogram, right? You can simply write and let us execute this. So you can see the plot here. Zoom it, yeah. So it has been grouped. Okay, so first of all our, this is the 6 value which I told, no, 6 is equals to 0.6, so it will go up to this level. And from here you can see that it is a top down approach, and these are all the points which are being grouped into cluster. So basically what we did is that we included some of the library files, that is the datasets, cluster, facto extra, that has the functions, and per package is for performing mappings on vectors. Okay, so if you are using vectors, so you omit and all, so you require to use this package. So this is how your Diana clustering will work, and I have already demonstrated you the hierarchical clustering also. So as you can see, the divisive coefficient within the cluster is 0.937. So if you remember the divisive clustering, well, we have seen that if the value goes as minus, then we stop dividing it into clusters. So I hope you understood it. This is all about the Diana clustering. Thank you, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to CSC Core Concepts.